What's good, YouTube? We're back, baby, but this time with a look into the tutorial of PGA Tour 2K23. Now, when you first turn on the game, if it's your first time doing so, whether you're just getting it out of the physical package or you downloaded it digitally, whatever way you got it, as soon as you turn on the game for the first time, you're going to be met with a tutorial. It goes over a couple different things, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to take you guys through that. Obviously before it comes out, give you guys a little taste of what you're going to experience. Make sure you look at the differences that I talked a little bit about, but you'll see some visual differences, some audio differences, and just kind of get ready for the new title to come out, right? So I know some of my people that, especially that watch these videos, have already been through this franchise before. They know how to play. Let me tell you what, this game's gonna play a little bit differently, which you'll see in a different video. But at least with this one, kind of shows you through the bread and butter of the game, how to play it, right? So let's get into it. Thank you as always. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys feel. Any questions, concerns you have for the game so far, I'll try to answer them. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Thank you very much. See you soon. So right off the bat, as soon as you turn on the game, it takes you to the tutorial, which is fantastic. Not only for new players, but for old veteran players like me, not only to, golf games, but to this franchise. Every game plays different. Whether you guys have played 2K21 even or not, 2K23 is going to feel a little bit different. It always does, each title, right? It's a good way to just get into the game, get your feels and everything like that, right? But right before that, as soon as you actually press play, right? The first time when you come into the game, it asks you for your input. So if you'd rather have controller or keyboard and mouse, right? Obviously me, I play controller. Even though I'm on PC, I always use controller. I'm always a controller guy. So I chose controller, and then as soon as you actually choose controller, it asks, do you want left stick, right stick, or 3-click? Now the 3-click will obviously, that new method we'll get into at a later time. It's awesome. I personally will not probably use it because I just have always, throughout my life of playing golf games, I've just enjoyed my right thumb doing the right stick movement, right? So that's what I'm probably going to be choosing. But the 3-click is there, and you can learn with that method. It's awesome though. It's actually like a fantastic method. Just a little bit different feeling, but as soon as you get used to it, it's great. So once you choose your input on that, I chose right stick for my controller. It takes you right in the tutorial into what you're gonna see here, okay? So right off the bat, this is what I wanted to go over. Mainly the UI changes, okay? First and foremost, the GOAT himself, Tiger Woods, looking sharp as always in the Sunday red and black attire. Love it. Okay, I personally have that polo on a side note. I love it. It's awesome. Now, what you're going to notice, if you are a fan of the series already, you guys have known that the driving ranges when you go to it in the game change. Right? They've always been changing per game. This one looks fantastic. The last one, if you guys remember 2K21, it was more of a, you were like treed in, right? It was like a big square driving range, kind of treed in, right? Same kind of vibe as this, but this is way more picturesque, right? It's got the mountains and everything going on. Beautiful driving range. Also, right off the bat, what you're going to notice, obviously, just some different UI changes to the title, okay? That's coming into this new title, 2K23. Same information as always up here, but just a little bit different looking, UI wise. Your wind reads, right? So your direction, your speed, all that stuff. The big UI change over here, which is awesome. The main thing you're going to notice are the badges, okay? The badges we won't get into right now. We're going to get into them at a later time. Don't worry, but they're awesome. They're wild, and they make this new 2K23 game super sweet in different aspects. Now, what you guys are going to see here, obviously, is your lie. Obviously, we're on the tee box, teed up. Your carry and, your yardage for your clubs. Things like that are normal. It just looks different in the game, obviously. New game, new UI. I love it. Also, right on the left here, what you guys are going to see is this is the tutorial. So, obviously, my big noggin's in the way. My big, beautiful noggin. Okay. But underneath that's just basically showing you the swing to do right stick down and then right stick up. As you can kind of see here under my face here. The right stick up, this one right here, like right below where my face is covering, is right stick down, kind of showing you how to do your swing. Another thing that you guys will notice right off the bat, let's see if I can get out of the way here. So you guys can see it here. your swing meter here, right? That is normally from 2K21, if you remember, is straight on the bottom, is now curved, which you guys have probably seen in the trailer before. It was in the trailer, but now you can kind of see it hands-on. Looks great. So UI-wise, first impressions as soon as you get into the game are incredible. Okay, so with all the UI and everything out of the way, we can get into it. So let's get into the swing here. So what you guys are going to notice, my mouse out of the way there. Obviously right now, all you guys are going to see is being able to swing. I can't really move anything else, left stick or anything like that. We're going straight up through the tutorial. As you can hear and see, it's very smooth, looks fantastic. Different sounding driver though, right? This is just all coming in as first impressions, you guys. So this is what we're doing. So 322, big bomb from the big cat. You know what I'm saying? So obviously
after each shot, you will get feedback about your accuracy in the bottom right-hand corner. In the middle of that circle, there's a white stripe. And you need to keep your swing within that white stripe if you want your shot to be accurate. Now let's try another swing and remember to keep it within that white stripe.
Okay, so you heard the man. You know what I'm saying? He obviously guides you through the whole, he commentates you through the whole tutorial as well. So what you'll see though, step 2, swing accuracy. So as he stated, keep it in between these white lines right here, right? Just so normal accuracy wise. That's that perfect tempo. That's a gorgeous shot, 101% power. We're already on our way, you guys. This is perfect. So kind of almost similar shot as before. It's not going to get onto the green though, so it won't roll the extra 2 yards. But
good job on that one. And you're also going to receive feedback on your swing timing, and that's the meter that kind of wraps around the top of your swing accuracy indicator. Your backswing timing refers to the point at which you transition from backswing into downswing. If you do this too early, you're going to reduce the power of your shot. If you do it too late, you're going to add power but increase the difficulty of the swing. Your downswing timing refers to how quickly you flick that swing stick forward. If your downswing is too fast, you'll hook it, and if it's too slow, you'll slice it. Let's try to get perfect timing on this next swing.
okay, another thing you guys are going to notice, obviously this is on an easier difficulty for the tutorial, just to show you everything that's going on. What you'll notice as soon as you get into the big leagues, especially for the unofficial official society of this game that is the TGC Tours. Shout out to my TGC Tours people, both the players and the members that are actually running it. Thank you for doing so. What you'll notice is when you're playing on a more difficult difficulty, right? These white bars obviously are a lot thinner, okay? But for the tutorial's purpose, it's obviously going to be on an easier difficulty. Now, what he was basically describing with the swing timing is your tempo, right? So with this, obviously you want to just have the perfect tempo. I did it fast on that. Yikes. But, you know, anybody who knows me and remembers me at all, it's a struggle, but it goes on. That's fine.
Can't wait to see you use some of these lessons out on the course.
So obviously with my fast, it still proceeded instead of making me get a perfect, which is fine. But so you can go to the next lesson or you can exit the lesson. It looks like it goes from swing basics and then it's going to go into a different piece, which we will go into and see where it takes us, which is putting.
One of the most important skills you can have at your disposal, and that is putting.
Okay, so obviously it's going to take just the basics, how to manage the putt strength, read the break, all that fun stuff.
Back on the swing stick. The farther you pull back, the stronger your putt will be. The backswing meter at the bottom of your screen is going to give you a target for where your strength should be. Now, as you pull back, you want to wait until the indicator gets in that white part of the backswing meter and then press forward.
Perfect. Another thing with this, you guys, that I am just totally baffled by, okay? But you can see Tiger winking and everything. I mean, like, people were a little bit skeptical on the graphics that I've seen in the community, you know, so far from the photos that you can see in for 2K23 and everything. I've been telling you guys since, remember, the Atlanta trip, okay? Since I played it in Atlanta at East Lake for that early look, it looked fantastic. Now being at home on my own setup with my own, you know, like my own monitor and everything like that, I'm telling you, this looks gorgeous. Okay, so anyways, basic putting, back and forth, right? Back and forth motion, bam. Perfect putt.
Well done on that lesson.
Right in the middle.
The putt weight is how hard you hit your putt. To set your putt weight, move the aim marker with the aim stick towards or away from you. The further away from you the marker is, the stronger your putt will be. Since this is a little bit downhill, you'll want to ease up on the weight, so move that aim marker a little bit closer to you by pulling down on the aim stick, and then have a go at this putt and see what you can do.
So as you can see right there, what I was trying to show while he was talking about it, you'll see the differences, especially if you're using that swing timing here, right? So hit it a little quick, but it still works.
That one down.
We're good. We're good.
Those moving dots on the grid are telling us that your putt's going to break a little bit to the right, so you will have to aim to the left to compensate. Use the aim stick to make adjustments before putting so that you can drop this one in the hole. Give it a go.
Now, I want to give a heads up for anybody that, especially that knows me, knows I'm not always the best at putting. Okay, it's a lot of feels to me, right? So you got to get the feel of the breaks. Also, I want to just highlight, this is a 104 green. It means that thing is slow. I'm not used to these slow greens, so don't totally wreck me if I miss this first attempt, okay? Which I did. That's a fail. That's a fail for the YouTube.
All right, that didn't pan.
Okay, let's try it again.
Give it another go.
Went up a little bit to the left just to fight the break, and bam, middle of the cup, baby.
And with that, you are ready to put the lights out on these courses.
Middle of the cup.
In the game
So we'll go on to the next lesson
perfect
in just a
Before
second.
too long, you'll be feeling your way around these greens like a pro.
Bam. You heard him. Okay, so next lesson. On to the next.
Hello and welcome to this lesson on clubs and shot types. We're going to dig through that golf bag a little bit, and I'll tell you a few simple tricks you can use to navigate some of the situations you find yourself in on the course. Okay, so for this shot, you're hitting into the wind. This means you are going to have to club up, or in other words, use a longer club. So let's press the change club button until you get to the pitching wedge, then just pop this shot onto the green.
So, as you guys can see, with the UI now, obviously, if I press the help button, what you guys can see here, oops, gotta get back on the controller. You'll see on the top right here, these are the badges that we talked about earlier. We'll get to them at a later time, but they're all locked, obviously, for the tutorial, okay? So, with that, though, we'll go back into here. You see that on your right, it's a heavy, rough lie, okay? A 154 is the carry of your pitching wedge, right? But because of that, as you can see too, I'll change it. So each club has a different carry, right? Because we're into the wind and a heavy rough, that's why it's telling you, hey, go to your pitching wedge, right? Because even though the hole is only 110 yards, you obviously want to be able to play it correctly, right? So especially with, if you look up top, southwest wind straight into you, 10 miles an hour. Looking good. Get close. Oh yeah, that's a dart. Okay, maybe not a dart, but it was close.
Good job.
Okay, leave me alone. We're getting there.
Now, it's only a matter of time before you find yourself in a situation where the normal shot type is just not going to do. Now, to get on the green from here, you are going to need a chip shot. So let's press the change shot type button until you get to the chip shot, and then chip that ball nice and close to the pin with your next stroke.
So as you heard, you can use the chip shot. Look towards the bottom of the screen, towards the right, or to the left of the swing plane, right? You have all of these different shots, right? Also, by the way, we've talked about it already, but the punch shot is back. I love it. I'm so excited. So he said he wants a chip, so we're gonna give him a chip. If you look up here, obviously it's gonna should land right after the hill, maybe a little bit short, but we're gonna get it right into it. You guys ready? Like that, nice little chip. But do you see also, for my people that have played 2K21, that's a high chip.
Well, no need to
It
linger
looks
on this
and feels
lesson.
great. So
Information about the current lie of your ball is available always in the top right corner of the screen. This will give you a range of how much spin and power your shot will retain, and then you can use that info to adjust your shot accordingly. For this particular situation, let's change our club to the sand wedge and then change our shot type to a splash shot, which is a great shot for getting out of these greenside bunkers. After that, give that swing a go. See if you can stick it close.
Okay, so you can see also, you see Tiger wiggle a little bit. New animations. I love it so much. Okay, besides that, now what you guys will see in the top right, obviously up here, you're going to see your lie percentage. Okay, so you're in the sand, and here's your lie percentage of what it will be of that 33-yard carry, right? So as he said, we've got the sand wedge splash. Also, another thing that we've talked about previously, after my trip to Atlanta, what we learned is the splash shot is officially only in bunkers. Okay, so in 2K21, you can use a splash shot from anywhere. You cannot do that anywhere, only in bunkers now. Okay, so you want to take advantage of it when you could use it. Obviously, you look at the 5 miles per hour wind northeast, straight in front, just at your back. Bam. Give it the old. Oh, that might be too far for rolls. No, it's stuck. Okay. Very good. A little bit off on the swing plane, but it is what it is.
And now that you know a thing or two about shot types, I'd encourage you to keep on trucking with these lessons and get into some more advanced stuff, because I think you're ready for it.
I do too. I mean, as long as you guys are, let's go on the next lesson, right?
Hello there, and welcome
Here we go.
to a lesson on advanced shots. In this lesson, we're going to learn about techniques
Huge.
You're going to want to master if you want to compete with the pros. In this situation, we are going to need to take a partial swing. If you chip this with full power, it's going to blow right by the hole. So we are going to have to move our aim marker closer to us to compensate. Move the aim marker a little bit closer to you. See if you can get about a 75% power chip. And then use the backswing meter at the bottom of your screen to dial in the proper strength for this chip.
So as you see, he wanted you to go back to 75%. On these easier difficulties, all of this is available for you. On the harder difficulties of swing and different things like that, it won't be available for you. But for this tutorial, obviously, it wants you to bring it back so that the perfect is at 75%, which it is, as you guys see on the left there. So obviously, we're probably going to be playing it off this hill here, and we're going to want to hit to 75%. It's a little bit short, but it's still a chip, so it'll roll. In the hole. Just go in. Very close. I also fasted, so it was a little bit sketchy, but we did it.
You're going to come across situations like this one where you want to adjust the spin and loft of your shot. In this case, we want to land our shot on the green softly without a whole lot of roll. And for that, we need to add some backspin. Hold down the true shot button and move your aim stick down to increase your loft and backspin, and then have a go at this pin and see if you can land it nice and soft and close.
So what it wants us to do is adjust it like this. So again, in the easier difficulties, what you'll see, I'll scan forward here. As soon as you change the loft up, you see where it's going to land. And then the spin, see, obviously it doesn't differ that much on it, but the spin is we're going to have it spin back a little bit, right? So I think this should work with the wind. Let's see, especially with our spin here. Yep, it should just dart and then spin back, hopefully. Oh, yeah. Woo! Looking good.
Chalk that one up as a success.
Chalk it up.
Applying a fade or draw to your golf shot.
Okay.
It's a great tool to have at your disposal. By holding down the true shot button and moving the aim stick to the left, you can apply a fade. By moving the aim stick right, you can apply a draw to the ball flight. To complete this lesson, apply a fade to your next shot and watch that ball curl gently back into the middle of the driving range.
So let's add that fade. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I fasted a little bit on the tempo, though. Still looks good, though. Still looks pretty good.
Great work. Looks like you've got
Beautiful.
the hang of that.
Look at that. Achievement unlocked.
Advanced shots tutorial. If you want to get even more advanced, you can always go to the profile menu and tweak your club selection in your golf bag. Either way, it's going to take a lot of practice to get used to these advanced techniques, and I can't wait to see how your career progresses as you explore the game.
Beautiful. Just like that, tutorial's done. Let's get into the rest of it.